Stay with us, because coming up in a little bit, we're going to have our MoneyWise segment. Oh, for people who are trying to save a few pennies these days, we're going to show you how to guilt your kids into dropping out of college.
But right now, let's return to the story of little Zach Shaw, who last week was tragically crushed and eaten by his pet python. It's the moment that every parent with a 20-foot-long snake fears most, and one you can't possibly prepare for.
No, and here to tell their story are Rich and Lisa Shaw, Zach's parents. Thank you both for coming in this morning. I know it might be terribly difficult for you, but could you share with us the details of what happened on the day that Zach died?
Well, it was just a regular morning. Rich was taking the girls to school, and Zach was playing in the habitat. I was painting our study. We were converting it so Zach and the snake could have separate rooms. I went out for a little bit, and when I came back, I didn't hear Zach playing. And so I went up there and I saw.
It must have been such a shock.
Yeah. I mean, you never think that a python's going to bring your family anything but joy.
Of course not.
No, it's the kind of thing you think can only happen to other people with a 300-pound snake as a pet.
We really tried to be safe parents, you know. We would never let Zach by the pool unless he was supervised by either one of us or the python.
Yes, I just keep thinking, what if I had checked on them before I went out shopping and then to the movies?
No, you can't think like that. It's not your fault.
We were going to put a lock on the habitat. I mean, a door and then a lock on the habitat. But we even thought about keeping the snake outside of the house, especially since he ate our Boston Terrier a couple of months ago.
You couldn't have known.
Yes, I know that's true. Even if I could go back, I know there's nothing I could have done differently.
No.
Maybe put a bell on the snake. But...
You know, Zach wouldn't want you to be sad.
Yes, I know.
It's been hard on all of us, and the snake.
Sure.
Jaws is like a son to us, and...
He misses Zach very much. You can see it in his eyes.
Right.
Oh, I just want to say to everyone watching, just love your kids every day. Because you never know when God is going to invite them up to heaven through your snake.
Right.
It's a great lesson.
Well, if you at home would like to help the Shaw family, you can visit our website. There's some instructions there on how you can help defray some of Rich and Lisa's expenses, including the purchase of a much-needed therapy snake for Zach's sister, Ann, who's having some difficulty coping with the loss of her brother. Okay. Now let's go on over to our relationship guru, Craig Whedon, who's going to give us the 6 signs that your latest fling was a result of woodland fairies meddling in human affairs.
All right, well, while I'm getting this spray cheese up off the floor, Tracy's going to be talking to 2 special young men who are really making a difference in their community.
Thanks, Jim. I'm sitting here right now with 2 very special Boy Scouts, Zach Hannaford and Brian Seitz of Troop 128 in Whitehall, New York. They've decided to take on the challenge of promoting the early detection of breast cancer. Wow, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Tell me everything about your project.
Well, in order to get our Eagle Scout badge, we needed to do a community service project, and we talked it over, and we thought that we'd do help women do their breast exams.
Wow. Now, you must have done a lot of research.
Definitely.
Yeah. We looked all over the internet to find great websites.
I think we're seeing some of them now.
Oh, yeah, these ones are really good.
Yeah, the information can be pretty confusing, though, so women should always ask us for help.
Definitely.
You've even put together your own website, is that right?
Yeah, my older brother Ted's our advisor, and he knows how to put together websites, so he helped us put our own.
It lists your phone number, so that's a good way for people to get in contact with you, right?
They can call us, and we'll go to their house anytime.
Well, so how's your program going to work? I mean, where do you plan to do these exams?
Well, I think we're probably going to do them in my basement.
Well, it's not, his basement's not really like a basement. It has a carpet, and it's like a family room.
Well, now, I've been told that the key to a good self-breast examination is making them a regular part of your normal routine, right? And that way you get to know your breasts and can recognize any changes. Now, I like to do mine when I'm in the shower.
Yeah, okay.
But I understand you can also lie on your bed
Yeah, definitely.
I am kind of worried about my own technique, though. Can you show us how to do a good breast exam?
Well, you first, you kind of have to, like, look around and, like, feel for the lump.
And
I imagine you have to disrobe.
Yeah, and then you gotta feel for the bump if there is one. And
go in circles.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are different techniques then, is that right, Brian?
Yeah, you gotta squeeze the nipple to make sure it doesn't feel irregular in the nipple, to make sure.
Wow, I'm amazed.
Yeah, you should come over. We can teach you how to do it.
Sign me up, boys. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing this.
The thing of the age.
We're really focusing on younger women because, older women know most of this stuff already.
What an excellent point. Coming up next, we'll visit our third Kenyan this week. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We have a story for you right now that is really going to get you steamed up. It's one of those abuses of power stories. Today, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, you know them for all the charitable work they've done over the years, is expected to file for bankruptcy, all due to the financial strain caused by one little child's wish for unlimited wishes.
You've got to be kidding me.
I wish I were kidding you, but I'm not. No, this kid, Chad Carter, he's an 8-year-old living up in Boston. He has leukemia. He took advantage of some bureaucratic loophole in the charter of this organization and wanted nonstop wish fulfillment to the tune of 9 trips to Walt Disney World for himself and his family of 5, a real live F-14 Tomcat, which had to be decommissioned from Afghanistan, and daily hot dog lunches with Yankee slugger Johnny Damon, as well as untold hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on fire trucks, dump trucks, regular trucks, and the kid doesn't even drive.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well,
unbelievable.
Listen to how he responds to all this.
I don't want the wishes to ever end.
Can you imagine? Is there only himself to think of? And joining us now here is Make-A-Wish Foundation President Dean Fineglass. Dean, our sympathies to you today, buddy. You are really in a bind, aren't you?
Yeah, we sure are, but our slogan is, a promise is a promise. Because of that, our hands are pretty much tied right now.
So, Dean, what have you thought of to do to fight this situation?
Well, we had gotten a pro bono legal team, and of course, Chad found out about it, and guess what? He wished away our legal team. He's very
got
clever.
All the bases covered.
Yeah. Every day I go in there, and it's more outrageous than the day before.
Is there anything our viewers can do to help?
There is. They can send donations. We're asking just about for anything. I mean, if they have 10-speed bicycles, volleyball sets, I mean, connections with celebrities.
Right.
The worst case is that we continue to grant Chad, day after day, his unlimited wishes from now until the day he dies.
Well, and we can only hope that that's coming soon.
Well, unfortunately, Make-A-Wish is now responsible for the best oncology care for Chad, as that was one of his first wishes.
Wow, this kid thinks of everything, doesn't he?
Yes.
Best of luck to you. We're hoping for you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
A new campaign from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is already having a big impact on the way teens view smoking. Let's take a look.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay? It's gay to smoke.
And joining us here in the studio this morning is the director of this new PSA campaign, Dr. Michael Gaines. Doctor, thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I've seen a lot of anti-smoking ads that talk about the health risks, but these are completely different.
Yes, well, we found those old tactics just weren't working because they weren't relevant to teens.
That's exactly
These new
right.
ads talk to kids in their own language. We're saying, understand, if you choose to smoke, people are going to make fun of you for looking like a queer.
Really?
And we're also pushing Congress to replace the warnings on cigarette packages with more effective ones.
Well, look at that. Great
Well, it looks
idea.
like you've got another PSA to show us here.
Don't be a faggot. Don't smoke.
Well, extraordinary work, Dr. Gaines. I'm
Absolutely.
impressed.
And we're planning more campaigns about teenage drinking that show how getting drunk leads to making out with your same-sex friends.
Terrific.
And seatbelt ads that show how dangerous it is to be free to prance around like a fairy inside the car.
Great idea.
Wonderful. Now you're going to love this. Our producers actually found some YouTube videos that show just how effective your campaign's been. Let's have a look.
I mean, I used to smoke, but then I didn't want everyone to think I'm a gay homo. I had to wait in line behind this gay guy buying cigarettes who couldn't get his change out of his gay pocket. I was like, don't smoke in front of me, gay one. You think I want to watch that? I don't want to smoke because I don't want to look like a cock magnet.
That's amazing. Now, I have to say these ads are geared toward the boys.
Oh, good
What about
point.
the girls?
Oh, yes. We have a glossy magazine campaign for the girls. It features 10 full-page ads with a woman smoking
Wow.
while welding,
There you
smoking
go.
while driving a big rig, smoking while
Perfect.
working construction.
Wonderful. Dr. Michael Gaines, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you stick around, because coming up after the break, we're going to be visited by a singer-songwriter who's going to teach us how to write lyrics to songs that sound like they're about sea creatures but are actually about sex. Now we're going to get some expert advice from Melissa Donnelly. She's the author of the new book, Rekindling Your Relationship with Your Cat. Good morning, Melissa. Good to see you.
Hi there.
Hi, Melissa. Now, we all know cat-owner relationships can fizzle over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you first meet your cat, it's all so fun and new, and you
Sure.
bring him back to your apartment, and the two of you play with string day and night, and you think I'm not alone anymore.
That's the honeymoon period.
But then
right.
time passes.
Yes, I was with my little tuxedo cat, Thomas, for about 6 years, and then one day I suddenly realized he would rather sit on the dining room table and clean his anus than curl up on the futon like
So
we
the
used
spark
to.
is gone.
Yeah, sounds pretty lonely. Yeah.
It is, but you know, you can spice things up again.
Well, tell us how to do that, Melissa.
Well, the first tip is play with your cat.
Simple enough.
Like
yeah.
you used to. In the book, I recommend putting a magazine over your cat
Oh,
while he
that's a good
sleeps,
idea.
so that when he wakes up, he moves the magazine
Okay,
around.
yeah.
Just keep it going until it feels natural again.
Yeah, you know, it's all about opening the lines of communication.
Very
because cats can be
important.
very passive aggressive.
Right.
We know that.
I mean,
yeah.
if he's disappointed in you for failing to stand up to your sister, he's not going to tell you. He's going to vomit on the floor in front of the phone.
Well, that's his
so
way
it's
of
up to
communicating.
you
Yeah.
to open up.
Jim, that's exactly right. And this is what I'm trying to say is talk to your cat.
Right.
Talk to your cat, talk to your cat.
Okay, so what's this? Love yourself and your cat will follow.
Well, Jim, you know, cats hate neediness, so you have to exude confidence, you know?
Right.
And a way to do that is to wear some sexy lingerie under your sweatpants.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you'll feel sexier, and your cat will respond to the positive energy.
Oh, they will pick up
sure.
on the vibe.
And you know,
yeah.
sometimes you should take control too. You know, when you're feeling the mood, you can be a little aggressive. Give his tail a few playful tugs.
yeah.
Or if he should walk in while you're taking a bubble bath, you want to reward his curiosity. You know, blow some bubbles at him,
that's fun, yeah.
or pretend you're drowning just to see what he does. You know, you find out what works for you.
Yeah, sounds like such a intimate moment.
Yeah. The last tip that I would like to leave everybody with is take the time to make special moments every day.
Oh, that sounds like such important advice.
Sure.
You want to sit down and eat dinner with your cat,
Sure.
and not in front of the TV. You want to eat out of the same bowl.
Okay. All
Or
right.
if you want to get really wild,
Yeah.
another thing you can do is wipe tuna all over your face and just let him lick it off.
Ooh, spicy, spicy.
Now, Melissa, what happens if you've tried all of your tips, and they're great tips, but this cat still doesn't respond? Should you give it away? Or?
No. You just want to get more cats. The more cats you have, the more chances you have of being loved by them.
Right.
Yeah.
Melissa, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this book to my stepsister.
Oh, she'll love it.
Terrific.
All right, moving on now. We've managed to get some of the Jonas Brothers' DNA, and we're going to let you at home vote on what we do with it. You remember the movie E.T.? We all love that movie, right? The little kid who befriends an alien from outer space.
that movie.
Well, today we have a young man right here in our studio who actually found his own E.T. while he was on vacation with his family. Say hello to 11-year-old Thomas Deming from Duluth, Minnesota, and his magical friend.
Hi, Thomas.
Hello.
Good morning.
This is such an exciting story. How did you find this little guy?
Well, I heard some noises in the bushes.
Right?
So I went out to see what it was, and I just found it.
A wrinkled, hunched up little brown E.T.
It was so lost and confused, and it was talking really fast in its space language, like beep boop bop beep. I just knew I had to help it.
Great.
Oh, that is so sweet.
So you
Thomas.
snuck it back home and you hid it in your closet for how long?
3 weeks. I fed it Reese's Pieces so it wouldn't get hungry.
Good thinking.
Por favor, tengo que encontrar a mi
I
familia.
wish I could understand you, little buddy.
Por favor, tengo que
Thomas, your parents had no idea you had this little guy hidden away under your sweaters.
Yeah, but one day my dad heard him making these crying sounds.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe that's how it breathes, because it cries all the time.
Were you worried then that your parents might make you send it back to its home planet?
Yeah, but then I showed them how I taught it some English.
Oh, cool.
They were really impressed. You want to hear some English?
Sure, we'd love to. Absolutely.
E.T. English. English.
Phone home.
Oh, look at that phone home, just like in the movie. Oh, that's terrific.
Por favor.
That's wonderful.
Mi familia deben de estar muy
I
preocupados
wish
por
you could
mí.
talk people language more than just phone home, though. I don't understand that at all.
Dad says that I have to hide it. So if I take it outside, I always put it in my dad's clothes, so it looks like a little old me.
What a great idea, yeah.
I think you brought a photo with you, too. Let's... Oh, how cute.
Yeah, E.T. was supposed to make my bike fly,
Right.
but it didn't.
No.
So it fell off.
Oh, how
It was
disappointing.
really breathing really hard after that happened.
Oh, he's doing the finger thing. He's doing the finger thing.
monstruo.
Oh, look at that.
Me trata como una esclava.
Oh, no.
Sit, E.T., sit.
It's okay, little buddy. It's okay.
Quiet. E.T., sit.
Look at that.
Tengo que volver a mi casa.
Have some more of your Reese's Pieces.
Oh, good idea.
Of course.
You've got him so well trained. That's great. The Reese's Pieces and...
Thomas, what's he doing now?
Oh, look at
He's
that.
been doing that a lot lately. I think it's how it communicates with its home world.
You know, Thomas, it must be just a tremendous responsibility to be taking care of your own E.T. all by your young self, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, maybe it would be a better idea if someone took care of it for you, and then you wouldn't have to worry anymore. What do you
And
think?
we've got friends here at Today Now, Thomas, that would like to come and just have a little chat with your E.T.
All they want to do is just ask it some questions.
He's my friend.
Thomas, have a seat. Have a seat.
Well, I guess we all learned a very valuable lesson about friendship today, didn't we? And stay with us, because coming up after the break, we're going to ask the important question, do our dogs know enough about our founding fathers?
Gatito, ven aquí. Ay, bendito, ¿dónde está mi gatito? ¡Ah! ¡Ah!